Hey everybody, this is Brother Speak. I'm here. So I'm a little bit late. I was on Conscious Morons channel. We was talking about Obama, then we talking about Serena Williams, then we talking about Keelana, the lady going for Supreme Court. She been affirmed. A lot of discussion on interracial dating again, and I'm at the point like, look, if people want to date out, date out. Let them date out. And I've always hearing that this is a loss for black men, and I'm like, if the woman wanted to marry a black man, she could have. She didn't. She chose a white guy. That's who she wanted to be with, and it was probably better for her career to be with the white guy than to be with a black man. So, at the end of the day, that's what she chose. Why not just let it be that way? Does it have to be hate? Yes, we have divestors who hate black men. We get we get that. But not every black woman who's dating a white guy, marrying a white guy, instantly hates black men. It's just that's who they chose. That's who it is. I don't have an issue with that. I just hate the people who want to trash black men while they doing it. But as far as when them dating out, I don't have an issue. I, well, it sounds like you have an issue. No, I don't have an issue. I have an issue when people be trying to paint this as black men force her to date out. That's what I have an issue with. I don't have an issue with that women dating out, black women dating out. I have an issue when people want to paint it as it's the black man's fault she dating out. Like you can prevent this. We don't have the power to prevent it. And it's like, well, Max was talking about, well, you you should have pride. Your pride don't mean nothing if you cannot stop anything. If you don't have the power to stop it, your pride don't mean shit. Now you're just coming out of face with emotion. I'm not coming at it no emotion. She chose who she chose until she says otherwise. So until she says otherwise, that's how it go. It's just what it is. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Kevin Samuels. And boy, Kevin Samuels got a lucky break on this one. Because yeah, a lot of women were up in a tissy fit because he was talking to this black woman, this mother, and he said some things that were yeah. But anyway, we're gonna go over it, and y'all can make the decision. Was he giving advice, or was he being a pedo? So let me do my intro, and we're gonna get into it. Once I find my intro. Damn it. Fuck it. No intro today. Let's just get into it. But anyway, welcome to the Brother Speak podcast properly. I am your host, Brother Speak. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. So I am here in Houston, my day off. I go back to work tomorrow. And one good thing that happened, my days off, I finally got my car back. I had been in the shop for 3 months because my engine went to shit. And luckily, and which I will say, everybody, you get in the car, you buying it for the dealership. Please, please, please get the warranty. Extend it. 100,000 miles. Get it. Because dude was like, oh, yeah, it's going to be $5,000 to get a new engine. The fuck? He's like, oh, you got warranty. I took 3 months. I got my car back. Didn't have to pay a dime. everything fixed. Car's running smooth. I've drove it around, give it my own test. No problem so far. But we'll keep seeing. So I'm very glad I got my car back because I haven't been without a car in like I can't remember since I was back in college that I had a car, my own car. So that's crazy, man. But mm, I got my car back. Didn't have to pay a dime. I'm good, and it's all mine. No car payments, no nothing. So very glad of that. So so this was actually this was brought up by the Faith Factor. She did a show on it. The women was going up there, and they were accusing him of being a pedo because they're trying to groom this mother into allowing the daughter to be with older men. Now, they're very adamant about it. Now, me, don't know, because again, I'm not around men like this, except for in the prison. And even they don't talk like this in front of me. That's one thing. No, they ain't talking like that in front of men. So that's why we like, there was a woman's feel up there that said all these men, they pedo, they sexual deviants. They talk about sexual prowess. And I'm like, yes, they talk about sexual prowess, but when we talking about sexual prowess like that, one, that's young men doing that, ain't older men. And two, if they are talking about it, they talking about with women. They're not talking about with no teenagers. We're not assuming that dude talking about his sexual prowess that he's talking about messing with young girls. That's not we assuming. Nah, we don't know. I'm around fathers. All my coworkers, except for a few, maybe one or two men, are fathers. They ain't talking like that. We ain't talking about messing with no young girls. Even the dude who kind of said some sexual jokes and stuff like none of it is ever directed towards girls, teenage girls at that. And I be in the swinger clubs. When we talk about like women and sexual and all that sexual expertise, nothing about no teenage girls is coming up. So no, we're not talking about this. We don't even act like that. And if a swing club or a sex club like that, that would be the one place it would come up, and it don't. We no nobody's talking like that. So I don't think all these men are sexual. All they think about is messing with young girls. No, I think what it is, we do have a lot of dudes who who maybe it's some kind of abuse. I don't know what's going on, but they want to mess with these girls. Or they just sick in the head. I don't know. Yes, is it more than is it a lot? Yes. Is it all men or is it like all men are sexual deviants? No, of course not. Normal men just have normal sexual urges. They like women. They ain't talking about no teenagers and stuff like that. But like I said, when a lot of fathers, either got arrested, they left because they didn't have no money, they got arrested, killed, whatever, you took a lot of the fathers out, and what you left is a lot of perverts around. So this is what you got now. So anyway, we're gonna listen to this interview. This is from the Faith Factor channel. Subscribe to Faith Factor. We got a lot of good content. So this is from her stream. I tried to look for the actual video, but that video gone, long gone. It went bye bye. All right, so it's gone. I can't find it. But I'm getting this from her channel, and I will put a link in the description to the video that she did, so y'all can see where I'm coming from, and then hear me on that one. But again, I'll play this for people, and y'all may see what he's saying. If he's being he giving advice to this woman on trying, or he being pedo and trying to groom her into letting men sleep with the daughter. I don't know, but let's play this. Share screen here. Okay. So we're gonna play this, and let's go.
What he said, I didn't misconstrue anything. Matter of fact, he was the one that brought up the whole shower scenario. Okay, so without further ado, let me go ahead and get the screen share going, because see, bitch. Hey, and what are your final thoughts?
I never thought.
People live 40 years old. Okay, let's just say, do you think it's about love?
No.
Did you used to?
I did.
All right, what can be a guy who's a Super Bowl winning quarterback or choose to become a baby daddy? I mean, to say it, but it's
okay. And I apologize. Like I said, I'm getting this from Faith's channel. Oh wait, besides that, fair use. I'm getting it from her channel. I'm not getting it from the actual video that she got it from. So the quality audio is probably effed up, but let's continue.
Especially when we start talking about a man who can.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the exact spot.
We start talking about a man who can make some choices. So ladies, I don't know.
I feel like I would have to train her to be an asset, as in get her ready.
Okay, it started right about here.
Aren't getting the result. So I'll ask you a question before you run. If you're not getting back to the child's father, how do you think you can make your asset how do you think you can make your child an asset to the kind of man you want to marry?
How can I make my child an asset?
To the kind of man you would want to marry?
I feel like I would have to train her to be an asset, as in get her ready for life in general. Put her in classes, make sure she's smart, make sure she's not, put in that time to make her a better person. Correct?
All right. So when he said, like, make this child an asset to the man, I'm like, oh Lord, oh no. He said the wrong thing, buddy. Now look, I will say this. You should not be making a child an asset to anybody. As a parent, you should be making that child, preparing that child. And I like the woman's response. That was the right response of what this lady said. You supposed to be training that child to take care of themselves, to be a productive person, and have skills so when they get out there, they're not just lost in the wind. They have skills so that they can survive, and then they can go and learn. Okay? You're not training the child to be an asset to you while they're children. What you're training them to be an asset when they get older. When you get older, when you can't take care of yourself, because that happens to everybody. That's when that child is supposed to come in and take care of you. That's what I had to do for my mother. I had to take care of her because my brother, he was gone to La La Land, so it fell on me since I don't have no sisters. It was just me, my brother, my oldest brother. He passed away back in 2006. My other brother, he freaked out and left. He even told me when we met up again that he wouldn't have been able to handle it. So I had to handle it. Because I was seeing my mother was trying to go to work and she was in so much pain. So I had to end up taking care of her. I said, Mama, stop working. We'll make it work. And we did. It wasn't always great because I wasn't in the financial position at that time that I am in now to take care of her. But I did what I had to do. That's what parents are supposed to do. You're supposed to make your child to where they can make money, take care of themselves, do take care of themselves, and be able to take care of you when you get older. And meanwhile, the parents supposed to make sure that they saving their money, make sure they got their pension, all that, so it won't be so much a burden on the children to take care of them. Because that's where I think a lot of parents fail at. This ain't just black people parents. A lot of people parents do the same thing. That's why a lot of these parents, when they get older, they get dumped in nursing homes because they never properly prepare these children to be successful as adults so that they can come back and take care of them. A lot of them don't do that. Very few. Hell, I can tell you about my dad. My dad, we didn't know he had a will. We didn't know he had life insurance. He didn't tell us nothing. We had to dig and find it. And then it wasn't even to me and my brother, it was to my cousin. Now, my mother, she saw that. She was like, we ain't having that. So she got life insurance. She's always kept that up, even had me pay for it, which I had no problem doing it. She also had burial insurance. I know people don't know what's burial insurance. What that is that when you pass away, that money goes to the burial. And so once I think it's like 2 years, you pay for 2 years, boom, boom, boom. Parents stay in line. Once it's done, you get full percent of whatever that amount is, and whatever that amount is goes straight to the funeral home. They don't even have to talk to you. Don't even have to talk to them. All you have to do is give them the paper. They call the company. Boom, done. You ain't got to even deal with it. My mother did that. And she made sure, son, where are these papers at? Where are these papers at? Where are the papers? I tell her, Mama, I know where the papers at. They're right here. I got them. She wanted to make sure so she would not, we wouldn't have the same problem that we had with my dad. That's what the parents supposed to do. You're supposed to make sure that your children in such a great position that they can come take care of you without unnecessary stress. Because it's going to be a stressor regardless. You're taking care of someone. It's like you're taking care of someone that took care of you. You know, I don't know how many people have been in that position. I've been in that position. There's been a lot of us have been in that position. My mother was kind of in that position. My mother-in-law was in that position. Then I had to be in that position. I was in that position 3 times. Twice for my mother, once for my ex, where I had to be the caretaker. and trust me, that is a stressful job. And that's if everything is going well, because you're taking care of someone that I forgot this game was on. Probably hearing it. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I forgot that game was on. I was playing video games before I got on. But to take care of your parent who've been taking care of you, that's a major shift. And then you're having the parents who they used to being independent. Now they got to be taken care of by someone else. That's another thing that you have to deal with. So it's difficult. I give all the credit word to people who work in nursing homes, who are doing the right thing, not the ones who doing fucked up shit. But the ones who doing it and actually doing it right, that's a hard thing to do. And much that much shout out to them people who are doing that. So when he's talking about this asset, the children are not supposed to be an asset to the man or the parents. I'm gonna tell you, the father, stepfather, mother, stepmother, they're not supposed to be an asset to you. You're supposed to be training them so that when they get older, they be an asset. It's like you're investing in a stock where you're supposed to get dividends. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So this whole thing saying that supposed to be asset to the man and children, that was the wrong thing. That was cringeworthy. I'm like, he's digging a hole, and Koja in that live stream said, "No, no, she's grooming him." I said, and I had to say, "Was she?" I said, "Ma'am, this is what I was thinking. Like everybody is supposed to be this investigator of child abuse, molestation. We're not around this, so we don't know." But anyway, let's continue this.
I'm asking. No, I'm asking because I'm asking.
Am I right?
No, the question is how to make your child an asset to that man. That makes her an okay person. But how can you adopt? And this is a question all women are going to have to answer for themselves. How are my children benefiting you as my husband?
I never thought about that.
Well, and that's the problem.
What would you suggest? I'm just wondering because
I would say it's going to be extremely.
Okay. Listen, the only way the child's gonna be a benefit, and I hate even using that benefit to a man or even a woman, because if you're a single parent, you're a single parent. The child gonna be a benefit to by being a good child, being respectful. That's the only way. Other than that, that's it. Being respectful, being behaved. That's the only thing. Just being a respectful child. That's it. What else? I mean, other than that, that's it. And if you're a man and like if the child is misbehaving, you look at the child acting just you see that the mother don't have no control of this child. Yeah, it's time to dip. Mm-mm. This woman ain't gonna be a good. This woman ain't gonna be a good mother. Now kids can act a fool at times. Now she able to calm it down and they get right. You have something there. But it's just consistent. This child acting a fool every time you're around a woman and a child. They ain't the one. Same with women. Child acting a fool around the father ain't the one. It's time to dip. You gotta go. I'm not thinking like this child. What? Even when I dated a single mother, I did date. I think two single mothers. I was not thinking how this child's going to be a benefit to me. All I need to know is the child going to be behaving. Well, actually, I'm thinking about getting to know her first. I'm not even worried about the child yet. I gotta get to know her first. So, that thing is negative because here's the thing: if I don't like this woman, what's gonna be the point of me dealing with the child? If I don't even like this woman, why we even? There is no even reason for me to even meet the child because it's gonna be a problem. And we had people talk about this, like, yeah, they loved this guy. He was a great guy, but the mother didn't like him. And it caused problems because even if it was on some innocent stuff, would you really want your ex around your children? You got to see your ex. You know, like that they ain't the child's father or mother. Have a relationship. You know, it's going to be awkward. So to put in perspective, I don't talking about children supposed to be a benefit. I'm like, no, I'm not even looking at that. I got to get to know her first before I even think about the children. And this is not on some, oh, you don't care about the children. No, it's I got to know her first. If I don't like her, what's the point of me even engaging the children? Because then it's gonna be, whoa, I like the children, but I don't like her. So this relationship is gonna be doomed. You know. So let's keep it going. There's not too much of this.
Really difficult. But what I would suggest is women who actually think about it from the man's side, understanding that my child today is a liability because it costs. So number one, is she well mannered, well behaved, smart, taken care of? Does she understand? And do I really believe that you're going to come second to my husband? Is my husband going to come first? Or is it we're a package deal? If you're a package deal, that's no deal. I'll be honest, it's a package deal, that's no deal because let's say you and I were getting married, you got a daughter, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say we have two kids together. Mm-hmm. And your child is 5. So 10 years from now, your daughter comes home and said, Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. What happens next?
The relationship would have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end immediately.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower.
Why would that person go down to that be her? That would have to defend your kids. You have to defend your child.
Mm-hmm. But what you also remember, you got 2 of my kids. Mm-hmm. So that means I should never listen to. That means I should avoid women like because off the rip, your desire to see your child blew up. You got 2 of my kids, and off rip, your protective instinct says fuck everything, including those other 2 kids. Do you? No, you said the relationship would have to end. So what would you tell our 2 children?
That's a tough situation.
No, you said the relationship would have to end.
So it would have to end because.
But all right. I'm going to say this because I just believe this. You should believe your child, even over your husband. When you're talking about something serious as that, yes, you should be believing the child. Yes, you should be separating that child from that man. I don't care if it's the child's father or not. And the same thing if it was a man. If he said, "Hey, this woman touched me," I don't care if it's even the mother. Yes, we're gonna separate the child from the person. So in this situation, if the mother would want to separate me from the child, yes, I would be angry. I think I even said that on the panel. I would be angry because I know me. I'm not touching the child. If the child came to her and said, "Brother, speak, touch me," or he saw me naked in the shower, and if she did not do anything, I'm not dealing with her or any man. And she just said she blew it all for her. She just like, fuck that. You just lying. I'm not dealing with this woman no more because I gotta look at it from what if this happened to if we have children? What would happen to my if my child came into it and said her boyfriend or her friend or anybody touched her wrong, and then she just blew it off? You think I'd be cool with that? No. And she come to me if I had a daughter, if she came to me and said this person touched me, I'm not about to hear shit. I'm going to come whoop somebody's ass, whoever. And if the mother is like, I don't believe it, yeah, you're gonna get some of this too. There is no, we ain't having no discussion. I'm gonna get my child, and yes, I will call CPS, and you better hope CPS and the cops come before I do, because somebody's gonna get their ass whooped. Somebody might. There is no discussion because that's how I feel. So this whole thing talking about, well, you would believe the child over the husband? Yes, you're supposed to. That's your child. On we're not talking about like the child want to go somewhere and you take the child side of that's childish shit. Parents should have a united front on stuff like that. But when it comes to stuff as serious like abuse, no, it's we're gonna separate this child from this and let the investigation come through. If the child end up lying, you can apologize later. Okay, and you deal with the child then. And then you need to find why this child would actually say that lie. Now, if it was me, yes, I would be pissed. I would be royally pissed. But once I calm down, I would understand that's your child. You're supposed to defend the child. The child comes first before me because that's your legacy. I will say to guys, your child comes first. That's your legacy. Your legacy comes first before any woman. Okay, even the mother, because she can leave at any time. But that child is your legacy. It's part of your legacy. You protect the child first. Separate them. If it finds out that the child is lying, okay, we find out it's lying. Then we need to find out why this child is lying. But yes, immediate reaction should be yes, we're gonna separate this child from this man or this woman or whoever. Because if you don't, and you don't believe this child, you can be doing irreparable damage to this child. And that has happened. You have a lot of women who have issues with their mother because they took the boyfriend side over their child. Not just, especially women. There are a lot of women that have issues with their mother, quietly as it's kept. They have big issues with their mothers. And some of these guys do too. That's why some of these dudes hate women because they had an issue like this. This man hit them, abused them, even raped them, and the mother didn't believe them because she wanted to keep this dude. Because her desire for this dude override her need to protect the children. So no, I definitely don't agree with this shit. You supposed to protect your child. Same with guys. You got daughters. You protect your child first. Yes, Kevin hates women. He is sad. Yeah, regular guy. Yeah, he has some issues with women, bro. I well, let's face it. He's with them folks over there. He with them folks over there. And I heard this. I'm like, there is no way I would tell this woman to believe the husband over the child. No, I wouldn't. If it was a man, I wouldn't tell her. I'm like, no, you don't believe your wife over your child. You believe your child first. We'll find everything else. Believe the child first. We separate that child from the. It's just like I work at the prison. When some dude come to me and say, yeah, I got raped. By law, we have to separate him from whoever he said did it. Even we have to get him out the area, and we have to investigate. There is no, there is no question. It's just like even in situations like if you take the child to the hospital. If the child they see the child is abused, bruising everywhere, they got to report to CPS. Got to. Same with teachers. So we got to do it. I mean, you see something for the one for the child to come to you say stuff like that. You know there's a problem, even if it's not even true. It's a problem here, a big problem. So it'd be best you separate that child from the parent or the person that did it, that may have did it, may not did it. Separate them, get the police involved, find out everything. But your main concern is protecting your child, no matter what. So yeah, this I was like, man, I don't, man, you taking that shit too far, Kevin. That don't even make sense to even say that to a mother. Because would you say that to a father? The father would be listening to this like, the fuck? You out your goddamn mind. No, we ain't doing that. It's fucked up. Anyway, let's continue this.
I would use the age of my kids. If I had 3 kids, one by someone else and two by my.
But what I'm telling you, what I'm saying is, what we tell our 2 children.
Your half sister stated this happening and this is not a comfortable situation. We have to part ways.
You get the fuck out. You can get the fuck out.
Because I'm not going to take it.
No, you're not taking my kids. See, that's what I mean. Y'all act like y'all got too much power.
It's not power.
First of all, you didn't even. First off, you didn't even. I can say it. You didn't even question whether or not the claim is there. Because that's your child. That's what I'm saying. Your child can never be an asset to anybody. Because that's the bond that's always there.
Okay.
And that's look, the child's gonna come first. I don't care if a man, woman, whoever, they're gonna take their child first. So I mean, if you don't like that, don't get with a single mother. That's simple enough. But guess what? The child gonna come first. Because if it was you as a guy and you had a daughter, your child's gonna go first. At least it should be. If your child ain't first, what the fuck are you doing? That's why I'm like, look, at the very least, even if you don't believe that they did, separate the child from that parent. Man, you should separate all three because look, if you call CPS, they're gonna take the kids regardless. I know. I used to work in a group home. We had one child was accusing like that the director, the one that was running the place, accused him of abuse. Then CPS came in there. It got so bad. This kid was accusing us every week. He come back next day. Oh yeah, they abused him, and they got the phone to call. And we cannot deny him that phone call. We can't do it. It got so bad that the director he said this child can't come back here no more. He can't come back here no more. Now that's what I'm saying. Yes, do children rely on this? Yes, they do. But as a parent, you still supposed to believe your child first. Just like us in the prison. We're going to believe the inmate until otherwise. Yeah, he got raped. Could he be lying? Yeah. Do we have dudes that lie about that? Yes. Yes, we do. I was with this one dude, and he made this crazy lie. He was saying that some of my coworkers and had conspired to get him raped. I had to take me and another officer had to take this guy to the hospital, and they have a special nurse that specifically examines inmates who got raped. And I had to sit there. We need to leave. No, I can't leave, ma'am. I got to be with him at all times because something happened. That's on us. No, I have to be here. So she examined him, and I talked to her outside. She was like, "This dude didn't get nothing happened to this dude. You lying? Nothing happened to him. People will lie. Children will lie. Yes, but guess what? But as a parent, you can't think like that because if you think like that, that's a problem with you and that child. If your first thought is, as a parent that your child is lying, what have you been doing in that house? Mm-mm. What are you doing in that house? Because if you think your child lying about getting raped, or that this dude or woman see him in the shower or something like that, that you're automatically that they lying, you're a terrible parent just off the rip, man. I'm sorry. Like I said, I told them this story over on Face channel. I told 'em, like, look, yeah, I was dating this woman. She was a single mother. Okay. And we was going on a second date, and I went to pick her up, and I met her daughter. That woman talked to her daughter like that's her sister. That was the last date I went on with that woman. Now, yeah, I'll be saying, "Well, why you continue?" I went on the date because I'm an honorable person. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. But after that, I went ghost. I did not answer no phone call. I didn't do nothing. Nah, because I'm thinking to myself, you would talk like that to your daughter. There's something wrong, seriously wrong. And then I'm thinking about it later, like, what if I had children with this woman? How are you gonna treat my son or daughter? I think guys who would you will see the mother do that to their daughter, treat their kids like shit, and you still want to have a relationship with this woman. You got a problem because you got to think if she do that to the child, treat the child bad, child come to say something happened, they don't believe him. What they gonna do to you? When you have a child with? They gonna do the same thing. People be thinking like, Oh, they won't do that to my child because I'm special. You ain't special. Yeah, that other guy thought he was special. They said put it in reverse. Yeah, that woman thought she was special. And look how they're treating their children. Just like what women think, get with a guy who had all these children, I take care of them. Oh, he gonna do better than my child because I'm special. Yeah, so did that other woman. So did that other woman. So did that other woman. And you saw how that went. Nobody's thinking about these children. Nobody believes that these children are the legacy. You got to believe the children. Look, if it comes out it's not true, you apologize to that man, but you need to get help for that daughter. So either way it goes, you're gonna need to get help for that daughter. It'd be better separate them, find out the truth, and get some help for your children, for the daughter, for the son, whoever. Because if you don't, this child gonna grow older, and then they're gonna be hating their opposite gender or the same gender. Because you got a lot of women who don't like women. That's why Kevin Samuels is popular. That's why some of the women are in the black manosphere and these women hating groups. They don't like you either. They don't like women either. You think Kevin's the only one that hates black women? There's black women that hate black women. I've seen it at work. Just talking like each other like dogs. And you be like, it be so quick, like they snapping, they cussing, and they calling each other bitches, hoes, all. And like they talk to them worse than what men do. It's insane, man. And we just well, it's the men. It's, no, some of these women hate women too. And some of it comes back to their mother. I mean, I don't know what to say. That's why, I don't believe all that women were doing the best they can as mothers. No. Some of these men were just terrible mothers. And they allow their children to go through a whole lot of shit. No, you believe your child first. Believe your child. Let's continue.
Because, and what the fuck, what could a man do about it? I could provide everything. We can have children, and automatically you're gonna jump off rip, go for your child, your child. So don't ask me to choose your child like it's biologically mine when you be willing to blow up my biological children's shit for something else. And you know kids can say anything.
They can, but you have to protect the kids at all times.
Then
And you have to talk.
then no.
Mhm.
Leave. No. No. See, I want you to understand that you have no empathy for me. It's about you and your kids.
And here's the thing. When it comes to the child is more important. Sorry. That's just like men. Men, your child is more important than that woman. That's it. So this whole thing, him talking about they blow up the spot because what do you expect? That's your child. If it was my child, they said this woman. I didn't even put the women. He said my best friend touched her. We ain't friends no more. I'm gonna go whoop his ass. He better hope that's all I do is call the cops. I'm gonna whoop his ass. Or worse. Because it's my child. Now I would hope somebody would hold me back. No, don't do nothing crazy to put yourself in jail. Let's get the police involved so we can find out the truth. And that's how any parent should be. You believe your child. Let the police handle it, let them go through everything, and then we'll sort it out. Then you can come back and apologize and everything. But again, even if the child did lie, there's a problem. And you don't want that problem to exist. You got to find out what the problem is. So no, I don't agree with what Kevin's saying. This is some weirdo shit. Like the women were saying, like I can see where they would say that this was pedo behavior because it's like you're trying to tell this woman don't believe the child. If I do something to the child, she said the child said I did it. You supposed to believe me. No, believe the child first, and then you find out otherwise. Let's continue.
I'm somebody's child.
Yeah.
What about those children we have together? Man, you're not writing this.
I'm not debating.
We're debating the concept.
Yeah,
You
I
got to protect your kids at all costs. So then you need to go be with your child's father, and y'all need to work it out so that can never come up.
And that can still come up even if you with the child's father. Okay, that can still come up even if you have the child's father. Because a lot of children have been molested, beaten by their own fathers. Ain't just men that they don't know. They ain't the biological fathers could be beating them. There is no. You protect the children first. That's how a lot of these children have been raped, abused, mistreated because they're believing the man over the child. You don't. That's what I'm like. I ain't like that, man. I'm like I would. Kevin was just dead wrong on that, and what the bad thing was, there were guys on there that was defending this. Oh well, he just telling dudes to stay away from. No, convinced his mother that don't protect the child, protect that man. No, you protect the child. At the very least, separate them so you can find out the truth. Then, if we, like I said, you find the child lying, I'm gonna say it again. You can go back to that man and say, "Look, I apologize." If he had sense, he would understand. Now, he may not date you no more. Now, if now it's a little different if that was the child's father or the husband. I mean, that's a little different situation as far as that go. But at the same time, if it's a man that's just dating and you accuse him of that, yeah, that relationship be over. I would get out of there personally. If you accuse me of raping your child, and and I know it's not true, I'm not dealing with you no more. And yes, I would be fucking pissed, but I would understand once people calm me down, then I would understand. You try and protect your child. Child's more important because I know me. I believe my child's more important than the woman. I believe the child more important than their own mother because that's my legacy. And guys don't want to, y'all don't want to look like it because we've been taught that the women are more important, even our own children. But your child is more important because that's part of your legacy. You have to have that mindset that your child is part of your legacy and that it's even more important than that, than even your wife. Because a wife can leave at any time. That child is born into you by blood. It's part of your legacy. And how that child acts, what that child does past that, it's still gonna be part of your legacy no matter what. So you have to protect that. Let's continue.
Because let's switch the situation. If I'm that child's biological father, and she comes out of the shower, and 10 years later, daddy looked at me a certain kind of way, and I'm her biological dad, then what? See, but you notice how you couldn't pull rank on me? You couldn't pull that, we got to separate. You couldn't pull rank on me. You couldn't pull biological rank. You want to, but you're like, oh, damn, it's his kid too.
It would have to be in a situation as well.
And you have to get the fuck out. And you have to get out. And you have to get out.
Understood. I completely understand that.
So the end would be for who? You be leaving.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what you're talking about. You're talking about the end situation. I be leaving with my child.
I understand.
And I want everybody in the audience to understand, this is why we don't deal with women with children, because, especially in our community, there is no blending families when this kind of stuff comes up. Because single mothers are too used to pulling rank. This is why single mothers are potentially so dangerous. Because you're not used to having.
Again, she's supposed to protect the child. That's what they're supposed to do. I don't see where there would be an issue. Now I get it on the man's side. Yeah, that can happen. That's why, yes, you do have to be very careful with single mothers with children, especially if they have daughters, especially if they're teenagers. That's why you have to observe this woman and get to know her first before anything. Because listen, if let's just say, look, one, I don't even understand why it'd be a situation where you would happen to see this girl come out the shower naked. Most houses have separate bathrooms, unless you're in a one bedroom pet apartment. Okay, I can see one bedroom apartment. You have one bathroom. Okay, but then that's a problem in itself. I mean, you in a family. Look, people got money issues. I'm not even gonna go there. But I know if it was me as a father, I'm not going near that restroom. I would go to the restroom before she get in there, or I have to wait till after if I had a teenage daughter. I'm nowhere near that restroom, so there is no possibility. If I was dating a single mother, if my daughter's in the shower, I'm not going nowhere near that restroom until she come out. So there would be no issue. And just by happenstance, I accidentally go up there. And she didn't tell me she was in the shower or nothing. Like, I go up trying to use the restroom, and she just coming out. Dude, I'll be running. Fuck her. I'll be running away quicker than anybody. And I would tell, hey, God damn it, she came out the shower naked. I'm out of here. I would tell her before anything. So this it just looks bad, man. It's just bad. And then he's like, well, again, you would separate. This doesn't even necessarily mean that the relationship had to be. Oh, you want to separate the child from whoever did it. Even if it's the biological father, you will separate them so we can find out what's going on, because there might be a problem. And even if this girl is not telling the truth, there's still a problem here. Why would a child lie on their father, especially on that situation? Why would they do that? You want to find out that situation. so you can repair whatever damage there is. You, this is why, like I said, this thing with Kevin is dangerous on both ends because one, it looks like if the father look at the child, it's okay, and you supposed to believe him, or or dude should be going, would want to even be around that like that. No, like no, if it's just bad all around. It's like either way it goes, it's just bad. Okay, it's like dudes want to be top priority, but not thinking that if she's making you priority over her own daughter or child, what do you think she's going to do with the next man? You break up with you. Let's just say you have children, and y'all break up for whatever the fuck reason. Then she gets with another guy. Guess what she's doing? She's doing the same thing. She's prioritizing that man over the child. So that child could be beating her. That child could be, I mean, that the man could be beating the child, molesting the child, treating them like shit, and she's just allowing it. Or again, that child could be lying on another man. And so either way it goes, it's going to be a problem. And if you don't solve that problem right then and there, you're causing chaos. You're going to cause more problems for that man in that situation if he's innocent and the child. So you want to separate the child from who they ever said did it so you can find out what the truth is. Better safe than sorry. This shit is going to get a lot of people in trouble. It's going to get men. What 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 Kevin's suggesting here is going to get men in trouble. It's going to get a bunch of men in trouble because if you, let's just say you keep, all right, not put the child first. So you have these women putting the men first. So these child are suffering. If that's your child, then guess what? Your child gonna be suffering. And that man that she dealing with could be doing whatever, could run roughshod over that child, including raping her. Or he be trying to get with her, and then next thing you know, she 18, now they married. AKA my Hucklebook, AKA Pastor, whatever the fuck that dude name is. Because that's happening too. So you basically with this message, you putting men who got daughters and sons, you putting them in a bad position. Because their child can get done any kind of way. See, we don't think about we're not thinking about all men. When we have stuff like this, we're thinking about just that man right there. We're not thinking about all men. Because not all men don't. Other men got children, and then he talking about, well, you should make it work with the baby father. Not every relationship can be mended. The mother could be having an issue with the father. She might not like this guy, her baby dad, so she can't get back with him. Or he don't like her. There's always a reason why people break up for whatever reason. You can't get back together. So what you want is the parent that is with the child, got the custody, to protect the child at all costs. So no, I don't want if I had a baby mama, I would not want her to put the man above my child. Now I'm not saying that she shouldn't be to the point where she's just ignoring the man or nothing like that. But the child has to be the top priority. The man can be second. And if he got children, he would understand that. Now I get it, dudes who don't have children, you wouldn't understand that. I get that. I'm not expecting you to. But you have to think, if you had children, would you want this mother to put another man as the priority, or your child? You gotta think about that. Let's keep going.
To actually split the responsibility. It's your child, and that's fine. But then, if why should any man have to deal with that? So I feel sorry for you, ladies, but this is a position a lot of women put themselves in, and then we're supposed to do what about it? Because if it was biologically my child, you said it would be over. Why would you not question your child? Why would you not question it? Why would you not just say, girl, whatever, that's your daddy? Why would you blow up?
Whoa. Why not separate the child from the father? Even if it's biological father, he sees her naked. Why not separate them? If if it was, now let's just say, if it was really innocent, the child wouldn't even come like let's just say, by some happenstance, let's just say nobody, he didn't know that the child was in the child. Well, first of all, you will be knocking on the door. But let's just say he's walking out and she's walking out, and he was walking to the bedroom. She walking out the shower. You see him naked. I, if it was like innocent, just happenstance, he just walked up, like, oh, put your clothes on, walk away. The child ain't gonna say nothing. But if he was staring and stuff like that, again, if the child was going to go to him, it had to be a problem. And even if the child lying, still a problem. Yes, you want to separate them to make sure everything's all right. I don't see where the problem is. I don't see why Kevin would even suggest that. It would be better for the man to find out, because let's just say she believes him. She believed the daughter over this. She can go tell somebody else. Now she's going to tell the cops. So not only do that man gonna get in trouble, also the mother gonna get in trouble. See how this is gonna be a bigger problem for everybody around? Because CPS, depending on your state, when they come take your child, they ain't asking questions. They could just gonna come. If that report is coming out, guess what? They come to get your children. They ain't trying to hear it. In some states now, Texas sometimes, but let's just say they were over abusive, like the one in California with this I think she was American Idol winner, and the child at the hospital, I guess they didn't get enough B2, and I, they wanted the mother to get the B2 shot, and she refused. She said, "No, we'll just feed her, change her diet, and what." They ain't like that. They called CPS. They come took the child. They took not only the baby, they took their other children, her and her fiance. They wasn't hearing nothing. So yeah, depending on the state that you're in, that CPS coming, and they gonna come take your children whether you did something wrong or not. And good luck trying to get the child back. Good luck. So I'm like, this is a big problem that I think, like I said, Kevin should have just stayed off of this shit. The children come first. As a man, your child should come first. As a woman, your child should come first. It don't matter. Now, if you as a man don't like that, you as a woman don't like that, don't date people with children. There are people who don't want to date people with children, and that is cool. You know you. I do not. I don't champion dudes coming in and be stepfathers for children, for other people's children. I don't champion that. Oh, that's you ain't no. You do what you think is best for you as a man. Okay, don't let nobody tell you, oh, you ain't a man because you don't want to be a step. No, if you know how you are and you know you can't deal with children, don't play that role. And don't be ashamed if somebody will no, don't let nobody shame you because of it. If you know you can't be, you don't want to be a father to nobody's children, don't play that role. Now, if you want to still date the woman, hey, you can still date the woman, but she know there's just a limit where it's gonna go. Now she makes that decision, like she know, oh well, he don't want to be a father of my children, so it's either I can still date him, but just understand we can't go past that. Don't be afraid to be. Don't and don't be on some well. She should be because again, you don't want a woman that will put you over her children. Because if that was your children, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want that.
Of marriage. Why would you just believe her?
Why would I just believe my daughter?
Yeah, children lie. Are you kidding me?
Excuse me?
I said, look. And you said grown men lie. Okay, and you said grown men lie too. I said, she's, okay, so, and this is my point. And this is my point. We go all the way back to the club and the bartending, and that's why I mentioned your mentality is warped. You don't trust men.
But it ain't about trusting men or not. It's protecting your child. If your child is saying that this dude touched me, you supposed to be fuck trusting him or not. You supposed to separate that child. Men will lie. Yeah, men do lie. Yeah, men do lie. Hell, women lie about molesting children. But guess what? You're gonna believe your child first. Sorry. That was some crazy shit. You wouldn't tell that to no man with a daughter. What kind of goofy shit is this? This is some crazy warped shit here. It's crazy. I can see why those women on Faith Factor channel was up in arms. I'd be up in arms. What the fuck is this dude talking about? You don't trust men. When it comes to your children, no, everybody's a suspect. Sorry. That's life. If I had to do, you think I trust a lot of these people out here? Fuck no. No. And if you don't want your woman doing, you don't want your woman doing that, and you wouldn't want your baby mama to do that. That's how a lot of these kids got killed because they were trusting this dude over the child. You when they were saying that Kevin was grooming this woman, I'm kind of on their side on this. You're grooming this woman to not care about their children, and you're grooming them to let pedos mess with these children, male and female. That's what Kevin doing at this point. I That's fucked up. I I don't. This shit is so fucking fucked up that it's cringeworthy. And I can see why the women were up along. Koja over there, she's a mother. I know Woman Sphere is a mother. Faith is a mother. And I know Koja got her daughters. Faith had daughters. I think Woman Sphere have sons and daughters, if I'm not mistaken. I think Sweet Light of Atari, I think she don't have children. Maybe she do. I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I can understand why they would be alarmed by this shit. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? When it comes to your children are top priority. That's the problem now. These children are not top priority. These parents are not thinking about these children like that. And they are lost to the woods, and these children and they are suffering for it. That's why part of the reason why these dudes are out of control, these girls are out of control, because of this thought process right here. The fuck you mean? You don't trust? No, I wouldn't trust nobody around my children. And that's me, don't have children. I'd be the same way. I wouldn't trust nobody around my children. Hell, I might not even trust the mother. That's my child. That's what you're supposed to do. She's doing what she's supposed to do. He's trying to talk her out of it. What kind of crazy shit is this? I see why they were pushing that petition. Hell, I'm thinking about signing that motherfucker. Even though I don't think it's going to do anything. But I'll still sign it anyway after hearing this dumb shit. This is crazy. And dudes were defending this garbage. I'm not listening no more of this. I'm going to cut that off. Because I'm going to get more pissed. Stop sharing this. You know what? Let me put Cam up. Because I want people to see my face on this one. All right. Let's see. Get to show my face here. StreamYards, yeah. I am bad with StreamYards. Give me just a second. No, here. All right. I think that. Oh no. I want to put my face on here, but fuck it. All right. Listen here. And this is to any man. What Kevin doing is fucked up. And I'm glad they took that video down. That made him look even worse. Don't believe that shit. All right. Because you wouldn't want that to happen to your child if your baby mama was out here dating another dude. You don't want that kind of message out there. So I can understand why these women were pissed off. You're basically grooming her to let dudes run roughshod over the children. That's basically what he's doing. I don't want to hear no, oh, he's just giving advice to single. No. What he's doing is putting children in danger and putting men in danger also. Because let's be clear, if that child goes talk to CPS, you're going to get investigated. You and the mother. You're going to get separated anyway. And when they come, oh, they ain't trying to ask the questions. It's going to be hell getting your child back. Or it's going to be hell getting your reputation back either way. And then on top of that, now if they don't investigate and you keep letting this go on, if that child is lying, she's going to accuse somebody else. You're going to have a situation where this child is just straight up lying all the time and getting people hemmed up. Where this woman can get that child, separate him from this guy, find out the truth, then you find out if this child is lying or not. And she can actually get the help for this child that it needs. You doing it the other way, this child never get no help. If she's lying, she's gonna get somebody else caught up. And it's not just gonna stop with the father or other people, it's gonna be other men. She's gonna grow up thinking that it's okay to cry grape against other men. Do you not understand the problem that will come from this? That is going to be a problem. You know, I'm just looking. I'm listening to this, and the more I'm listening to it now, and I listened to it, but the more I had to sit back and listen to it again, the more I'm like, this is going to be problem. This is problematic. Then, if the child is telling the truth and the mother is not believing or nothing, this dude can run rush out. This man can do whatever they want to the child. And you got children with this woman. She's gonna allow that same thing to happen to your child. With this amount, yes, this is gonna be a problem. And now you have girls marrying these old farts. You got boys who's getting molested by these nasty women, and nobody's doing anything because nobody believes these children. And you got Kevin Samuels out here basically telling this woman, don't believe your children, believe in the men. You think that's just going to be the man? They'll be friends? Because let's face it, you got a lot of women who are friends with women who love young men. This type of mindset is going to get a lot of people in trouble, and it's going to hurt these children the worst. And they be going up, and then they grow up, they hating men, they want to abuse men, they hate the children, they want to abuse these children. These men grow up, they start raping these children because they've been raped. This is the thing that's coming around because We don't want to believe children. We want to believe our partner. So as a man, no, do not have that mindset. Make sure that woman believes her child over you, even over you. And you should have that same mindset for your children. You believe your child over that woman or whoever. That's the mindset you're supposed to have. Now, if the child lying, then you can find out why this child is lying and get to the bottom of that. But if you just ignore it, it's going to be a bigger problem. It's going to be a bigger problem for everybody around. This shit is fucked up. And it just and Kevin Samuels was very lucky this whole thing with Frank James came popped off. Because people just conveniently forgot about this. They conveniently forgot about this. But I don't know how long he's gonna be lucky because that dude was watching him too. But this is fucking insane. And boy, and so glad that video took it down. I don't know if it was flagged or he decided to take it down, listening to it back and like, oh fuck, oh I don't want to be sounding like no pedo, but it sounds like something a pedo would say. Like he's grooming her to be allowing the daughter to be around pedos. I mean, this is just the wrong advice. And when he first said about the acid, I said, man, he digging himself a hole. And he just kept digging. He kept digging. He kept digging. Now I'm shit. He just at the center of earth and about to blow himself up over this goofy shit. Like, why would you tell a woman this? Knowing that a lot of our relationships, we're not in marriages like that. That divorces are high. That more likely you're going to be separated from your mom, your child's mother, and you want her to put the man ahead of the child. That's crazy talk. Listen, I can see being when it's something like child trying to get their way. Yes, the parents should be on one accord. You should not be believing the child over the parent on some minor shit. I remember I was telling my ex one time like why her father didn't believe her and he wouldn't go against her mother. I said they are a unit. They supposed to be together. And what she was talking about was at the grand scheme of things was something that they shouldn't be separated on. Child molestation is something serious. That's serious. And it starts with some dude or some chick seeing their teenage son or daughter naked or something like that. That's how it starts. And then just progress from there. Unwanted touching. That's how that shit starts. And him having this, don't believe the child, but believe the man. What kind of sick shit is this? Man, like I think regular guy said, he hates. It ain't just Kevin hates women; he hates children. But he on some different shit anyway. I mean, we know he. I'm not saying he JY, but I know he BI. Oh, I have no doubt he BI. No doubts. This is oh my man. I can't, man. He's so glad that thing happened in New York, man. Shit, I'm about to sign that damn petition. Matter of fact, let me Let me share the screen here. Shit. Show y'all because this shit is ridiculous. So I'm gonna show y'all that I'm serious. All right. Okay, maybe not. That. Okay, maybe not. Okay, let's put my real name out there. All right, I'll probably do that later. I don't want to put my real name out there. But anyway, man, I'm going to sign that petition because that shit, that was going to way too far. And it's not even that, but this shit is just too much, man. It's way too much. But anyway, I'm just disgusted, man. And this is a black man, man. I'm just disgusted, man. But anyway, this is Brother Speak. I'm getting out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.